That's right. I got the hottest video director in the game right here. Maximize.
Rising up, here we go. No time to be afraid. They say it's impossible. Can't listen to what they say. They got me motivated. Oh yeah, I'm motivated.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to Maximize, the business of you. I'm Maximino, and today I have a special, it's a privilege to have this guy in the studio right now. We got the hottest video director in the game right now, doing everybody's video, my man Eif Rivera. What up, Eif?
Everything good?
Wow, I'm really excited that you're here on Maximize to help my audience and, give them some insight on what it takes to be like the hottest video director out in the game right now. So, how do you feel right now that you've went in just 4 years
0 to 60?
0 to 60 like this? So,
yeah.
Talk to me. How did that happen?
Man, it's just it's the drive, man. It's the drive. It's the people telling you can't do it. You know what I'm saying? And all self-taught. Everything self-taught. Editing, camera work. Started off with the 5D DSLR. As far as the artists, man, the artists just, they'll find you, man. They see the work, they'll find you. They'll come right for you.
So name some, just for the audience, name some people you've done video with. I know, but they don't know.
Oh, man. Future, Kanye, Lil Wayne, Puffy, 50, Nicki Minaj. It just
the list goes on. You got Khaled, Ross, Nicki, Meek.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy's being humble right now, but he's doing every major artist videos, and it's incredible because he did it in 4 years. So that goes to show you that anything is possible if you put in that work. This guy, what makes him different from a lot of other video directors is that his turnaround is so quick. Like, he'll shoot, and since he edits, you do edit everything, right?
Edit,
what do you use to edit?
Man, people think I'm old school. I still use Final Cut 7.
Final Cut 7. So all you video directors and artists out there, that's been gone for what, 4 years now?
Years, yeah.
So he still uses that. But back to my point is that the work is put in, and that's why people like to work with Eif, because he's really quick, and the budgets are not the same as they were back in the 90s. We were doing $1 million videos.
Right.
Back in the 90s. So now, since the record industry has changed, budgets are a lot smaller now. So how do you deal with that as a creative, and how do you maximize that budget?
I think at the end of the day, when you get these budgets, man, it's like, I hate when people ask me, how much you charge.
Right. Because
at the end of the day, you can't give somebody a price. You give them a price, next thing you know, they're expecting the airplane, jet plane, I need cars, I need this, I need that. So you got to find out what they're looking to spend. And then based off of that, you kind of figure, what can you do with that money? And that's when the favors come in, right? If you know people that own clubs and whatnot, cars, whatever, call them up. Yo, I need this, I need that, I need that. So that's the balance. That's how things work out. But that's only if you're cool with the artist. You know what I'm saying? If you feel like it's going to go somewhere else, and if you want to make that sacrifice to pull those favors. Because a lot of times you pull those favors and you end up fucking those favors up, those relationships up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So at the end of the day, you just got to kind of know who you can pull them favors for. And then, you base that off the budget. You know what I'm saying? That way, if you're getting these things for free, right, the favors, then you cutting the budget down already. Like you kind of looking at it and saying, okay, then I could take this little bit of money and put it over here, or put it over there. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it's just how you got to create in your mind, like, where's the money gonna go? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And when it comes to these small budgets, man, it's if you hungry, you take them and you make it work.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And my whole thing with that was, I started doing videos for free.
Right.
Free.
Free, people.
Free, man. Free. it went from free, to $500, and then it went to $1,000, and then it just kept going up from there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's like the one thing you gotta let these people know. It's like, yo, man, like the more money I have, the more things I could get for you.
Right. And what's the first video you did?
Oh man, the first video ever, man.
Was it Tariq?
Yeah, it was Lord Tariq.
Okay.
Lord Tariq, my brother, right, from the hood. Lord Tariq and the Corey Guns. And my other man, LS. It's like some bullshit Panasonic camera.
Okay.
Like it was that. And then from there I met, because I never really give this man a lot of credit, man. And he came out of nowhere and was like, yo, started to put me on to like big artists. Was Shaw Money XL. It went from, I met him because of the whole bang boogie movement, right? So it was like this movement in the Bronx, bang
Castle
bang
Hill.
boogie, Castle Hill. I created the logo for that because I do artwork, so I created the logo for that, and then I knew somebody who worked at G Unit that knew Shaw. Shaw started asking about Lord Tariq and a bunch of other stuff, and then that's when I met him. And from there, he loved the video, and it was that shit was cut up on iMovie. Like it was iMovie. Like it was like the lowest grade possible, man. I was just learning, and he saw something in me. Then my biggest break was Fat Joe, man. Like I knew Fat Joe for years.
Real quick.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know you created the Air Pun logo.
Yeah.
That was big. So anyway, go ahead. Give him some.
Yeah.
Air Pun logo. Remember that?
Yeah.
That was big.
So yeah, there's a story behind that too, right?
Yeah.
But so I was talking with Joe, but Joe was laughing at me, right? Because he known me for years. He's like, man, get out of here, man. That video's out. Like, he was joking with me, and I was like, nah, man, let me shoot something. Like, I'm not gonna charge you. Let me fuck with it. And he let me do it. And video came out.
What record?
Man, I think it was Drop a Body.
Okay.
It was like all green screen shit. It was like, now look at it, it's like terrible. Back then, it was like, oh shit.
That's how easy.
Yeah. So then, it went from that. Then Shaw Money calls me one time and he was like, yo, Dr. Dre wants you in LA to work with Aftermath. That was like a week later after the video dropped, and that's when I realized, like, oh shit, like this shit is real. Like it's real. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at my other half, my wifey, and I'm like, yo, this shit is like real. She's looking at it like she still don't believe it. You know what I'm saying? And I went to LA, man. LA, met Dr. Dre. We started working with one of his, actually a few of his artists over at Aftermath. Started doing a bunch of stuff with them, and then came back to New York, and that's when I met 50 in New Orleans. 50 had this record. We went to New Orleans. First time I met him, and then started working with 50, and everything just
took off
from there.
Wow. Man, I mean, it's incredible that you did this in 4 or 5 years, right?
4 years. 4 years.
And I mean, and Sky
5 with the with the Lord Tariq video. Like it was longer than that. You know what I'm saying? But it really started. The industry noticed me when like I was doing these videos, but the industry really noticed me when I did just out of nowhere, and it was like 2 videos dropped that week, and then just out of nowhere people looking at TV, and I did the French Montana featuring Nicki, the Freaks video, where I think it was the first time she came out and she had like the boobs out, like she just had little pasties on her boobs, and nobody ever seen that.
I saw an article. She said she loved the way she looked in that. She was like, wow, I never looked.
Yeah.
Like
she told me, man, that she was like, yo, that's like, it was bugged out, right? Because I met her, she came on set, and you hear all this crazy stuff about artists. Oh, you're gonna get a hard time, this and that. And she came, man, and I had my stomach on a knot. You talking about a big artist. So French Montana I already knew, from the block. Then she came in, man, and we just looked at each other, started laughing, man. Like that's all it was. Yeah,
and it was in.
And that was it. And then we started shooting, and then she just opened up, man. She just had a blast. She's still with us, I think, 6 hours, 7 hours on set.
How do you make artists feel comfortable? Because I mean,
that's a big part.
That's a big part of it. Yeah.
How to
make them feel comfortable and bring the best out.
I think they realize, like, a real nigga. You know what I'm saying? And
No, absolutely.
Not to say nothing crazy like that, but I'm saying like, you know, we from the hood. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like I grew up in the Bronx, South Bronx, and it's like, you know, we from the block, so it's like we know the real deal. You know what I'm saying? In the sense of like don't come to me with no attitude. I'm not giving you no attitude. Like we're here to work together. I'm here to make you look amazing.
With you, it's like direct.
With me, it's direct. Yeah, I'll be on FaceTime with artists.
Yo, you like this?
Yeah, right. We'll be talking like, you know, direct, like, yo, this is, you know, Puff, whoever, 50, whatever. Like, yo, what we doing? You know, boom, here it is. Here's the cut. You know what I'm saying? What you want, and we'll go back and forth. And with me,
it's a more personal.
It's definitely
relationship.
Personal. No, it's definitely
and being that you're
it's trust.
And trust. I was going to say that.
That's the key word. It's trust. It's like, you know, these artists, they gotta trust you. You know what I'm saying? For them to call you. I mean, even when I shot, like I said, the Freaks video, when I did that, like Nicki called me the next day. You know, and I ain't know her. Like I just met her the day before, but.
Right.
She called me the next day. Yo, what's up? You know, how we doing with the edit? You know, let's do it together, whatever the case is. So, it's trust. You know what I'm saying? And it's not like you're gonna run off and say some shit or you know, just kind of give information out about people that, you know, that's not cool. You know what I'm saying? Like and like a lot of, I get like, you know, phone calls from different people. You know. People like yourself, right? But like you're the homie. But I'm saying like I'll get magazines or whatever. They'll be calling me up for interviews, and it's just like it goes from me, and then it goes like right to, yo. So how did this person get together with that person or whatever the case is, right?
What happened? Give me the dirt.
Right. Like with the, you know, one of the Future Rich Sex with him and Black China. Right away I was getting phone calls for that. Like, what's up? It was just the gossip, and I was like, man, that's not what we do.
That's not what you do, right? Who was the hardest artists to work with and execute your vision?
I don't think I had one of those, man. I think, you know, the funniest thing is, man, like one of the hardest people to shoot, and it's my brother, right? It's my homeboy. It's 50 Cent. Like,
really?
Yeah, I mean, we've done 30, 40 videos or something like that, right? But the thing with him is that that's the problem. He's done so many videos.
Is that how do you make him look different?
Yeah, how can you do something different with him? And it's so hard because, I mean, he's probably 100 videos in with his career, right? Maybe more. And it's like, what else can you do?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you know, he still sometimes give me the butterflies. You know, like we the homie and stuff, but when we working, it's a whole, like we're working, not with two different people.
Right.
Like now you're my client or you're my boss on the set and I'm the director. I got to do, you know, what you're feeling. And it's crazy because I still get the butterflies. Like even with 50, when he turns around, he starts questioning, my stomach starts turning. I'm like, fuck, man. Like you start getting nervous. And it only happens with a few artists. It happens with Fifth all the time, you know, because I just want him to understand what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? I want him to be happy with it. Because a lot of times I feel like, not just him, but some artists don't see what I'm trying to explain to them and what I envision. Mm-hmm. And then, like, sometimes they're like, look at me a little bugged out. Yeah, like, I don't get it. Like, what are we doing? And then when they see it after, like, oh, I get it.
And that builds trust.
If I wrote a treatment, see certain artists, you know, you gotta show them to make them believe, right? So if I wrote a treatment, for example, for Puff, and I'm like, yo, so I'm gonna have we're gonna go into this airplane graveyard and shoot bikes jumping over these planes, like while you on the wing. Like they look at you crazy. How you gonna pull that off?
Right.
So he'll look at me like I'm crazy, and then you get an artist who's like, yo, let's do it. Right. And then you pull it off, and it's just like, damn.
The video was hot. That was hot.
I wish that would have been me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you kind of get that, and it's like...
Yeah, and that was, first of all, like, that's the new video you just have right now with Kanye West.
Yeah.
Who else on it? Kanye West, French, and Nas.
Yeah.
Classic, of course.
Nas.
But when I saw the video, I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. The location was totally original.
Right.
Nobody in hip-hop has ever used that.
Right.
How do you How do you go about finding these things? How do you...
This, the crazy thing is with that, I always say the same thing when I go to LA, right? I'm from the Bronx, I'm from New York. There's a billion directors out here. Billion directors in LA, every state you go to. And it's like, I'll go to, like, say, LA, and I'll just see, I call them, like, diamonds everywhere. And I'm like, why nobody shot here? Why nobody shot here?
Right, so you got an eye for that location.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So with that, I had that spot, man. Like, I found that like 2 years ago, and I had it, and I was just waiting for the right people, the right song. You know what I'm saying? Just kind of like the right energy. And I remember talking to like when Kanye called me like 2 years ago with French. We were on the phone. And Kanye called me right after he saw the video I did with Puff in the snow, right? The wolves and whatnot. And he was like, "Yo, I love that video. Like, what could you do for me? Like, what you got?" And I already had those pictures. You know what I'm saying?
The plane pictures.
Yeah, I had them ready. So I'm like, "Yo, I got this spot in the desert. Like, I want to do this. I have bikes jumping on. Like, there was so much more stuff I want to do with the bikes, and we couldn't because of the wind factor. It got real windy. But I was like, man, I want to do this with the bikes and jumping over and this, doing all this crazy shit. And originally, French was like, yo, I got this record. It was him, Ross, Wayne, and Kanye that we were going to do. Mm-hmm. And so we on the phone with Kanye, we're talking about it. And it's just us three, me, French, and Kanye talking about it. And we held off on it. Then they got together now, that record, right? Figure It Out with Nas. And I get the call, you know what I'm saying? French calls like, yo, Kanye want to get on the phone, whatever. We get on the phone again. It's like, yo, let's shoot that spot. Like, you still got that? I was like, yeah. And we only had 2 days prep.
Holy cow!
Yeah, it was like, I didn't know how we gonna pull it off, but it was like I was already in LA, and it was Wednesday. French was like, yo, Kanye wants to shoot Friday. Nas is here, I'm here, Kanye, and I'm like, wow, like, mind you, all I had was pictures.
Right.
I didn't know where this place was in LA, how far it was, what it's gonna cost.
Right, to rent the place out. Or
right. So I had to get on the phone and like call the producer, have him make all these phone calls, and we got it, man. Like, it was there. It's in the Mojave Desert. It's like 2 hours away. 2 hours away. So that's the thing, man. Like,
and to get everybody, the crew.
Kanye flew straight from Paris. He was in Paris. Like, he was in Paris. He was like, yo, I'm coming in. He flew right in. Flew into LAX, jumped in the car, and then drove 2 hours to the set. So that says a lot, because most artists were like, fuck that.
Yeah, shit, I ain't gotta do that.
Yeah, I just came from an 8-10 hour flight, and then I gotta go and drive another 2 hours. Fuck that. I'm going home. Fuck this shit. We do another day. And that's what Kanye did. Like, you gotta respect him for that. You know, Nas, the same thing. Nas took a 2 hour ride.
That's awesome, man.
You know, he got on set, and it was, man, like Kanye said, man, I wish we had that on tape. It might be on tape, might be on camera somewhere, but Kanye was just like, yo, man, like, this is like my greatest day in hip hop, like the most fun I ever had. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, and it looks like you guys have fun in the video.
It was a lot of fun.
You could tell the energy was really, really good on that set. Because everybody's like laughing, having fun.
It was a lot of laughs,
which is good,
like
man. That's what's up, man. Those are memories that'll stay with you, and will stay with the artist, as well. So that's great. So I know you're moving around a lot, and you have a family. How do you deal with balancing family life and work life?
It's hard, man. It's hard. You know what I'm saying? I did an interview one time for Double XL, and I had a quote in there, right? Because they had asked me, like, what do you tell up and comers or whatever the case is that really want to get into the stuff? And it's really about, you got to be willing to lose something. Like, you're gonna lose something. All people see is the
final product.
The final product, and they see all the flashy shit. But at the end of the day, it's like, you know, it's a lot of work, man. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of hustle. You know, people don't see that side of it. They don't see, you know, the gray hairs and you up, you know, 2 days straight editing because you got a deadline.
Do you edit at home?
Yeah, a home office. Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you get to be at home at least with your family,
Yeah.
which is helpful
Right,
sometimes.
but
But you're
that's the thing. Sometimes you wish you're not there because what happens? You there with the family, but you're not there with the family.
gotcha.
You know, you got your son trying to run in and play with you, and he's like, I can't right now. You know what I'm saying? And you just hope that when he gets older, he understands what all the hustle was for.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what I mean by you're gonna lose something. You know what I'm saying? I'm losing time with my son.
Time. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm losing time with the wife. I'm losing time with my family. You know what I'm saying? And that's the sacrifice.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And you, like I said, you just hope that when you finally make it to where you think you want to make it to, and you satisfied and you happy, you turn around and a lot of that shit is gone. Like a lot of the time people.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's that's the sad part. You know what I'm saying? But the crazy thing is, like, I'll have these moments where you feel like that, and like I'll call Khaled or whoever, Future, whatever, and their thing is like,
we up to something.
Their thing is like,
matter of fact,
welcome to success.
Congratulations in advance.
Puffy, 50, all the same thing. Like they all get to a level where they've experienced everything that I'm explaining to you, and when I call them because I'm feeling like, what the fuck is going on, right? Like why people ain't calling me no more? Why the homies or whatever the case is? That's like because you starting to develop the hate and everything else around you. Like people just feel like, oh, he's all about himself. Not no, like I'm working. So that's when you start realizing who your real friends are and everything else, and it's sad. You know what I'm saying? Because it's all perception.
Right.
Like perception is a major thing in the industry. It's all you see shit all the time. Like you think somebody got money, then you read about something else, and you're like, what? I thought it was paid. Like
right.
It's perception, man. And
smoke and mirrors.
A lot of smoke and mirrors. But the thing is, like the sad part is, like I said, you work so hard that you start losing things, and for me, like I started feeling that, and I would reach out to artists and be like, yo, what's up? Like
this,
like what's going on?
Yeah.
And their thing is like, yo, my brother, welcome to success, and you got to take it from there.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
What advice would you give the 20-year-old Eif Rivera if you could go back and talk to him? What would you tell him?
Keep doing what you're doing, man. I think that everything happens in life. Everything happens for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Everything happens for a reason, timing. Everything's already just kind of written out for you. Mm-hmm. It's just you got to just figure out those doors, man. It's like the Matrix. You got to figure out which way to go. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like at the end of the day, it's like one thing leads to another, man, and it's about making the choices. You know, sometimes right or wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't know. Like it's crazy. Like I would never think I would be doing what I'm doing.
Crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Like man, it's crazy. Like Jay-Z is one of my like favorite artists of all time. You know what I'm saying? And I ran into Jay one time with Beyonce, and I was like, yo, what's up, man? I'm Eif, Rivera, whatever, director. And I thought he was gonna be like, all right, cool, whatever. But he was like, man, like, yo,
show love, right?
Crazy love. Yo, I was just talking about you. Beyonce was all happy and shit. I'm like, I was confused. I'm like, what the hell just went on? Like, I was starstruck. I was like, what the fuck?
You didn't feel yourself a little bit?
Nah. I was stuck because I was like,
he knows me. He knows my work.
Yeah, it was just crazy. Like I was just like,
that's what's up.
There's only certain people that do that. That I get starstruck. Happened to me twice, man. Dr. Dre and Jay.
That's
you know
awesome.
what I'm saying? And it was like,
talking about those successful people, when you think of the word successful, who's the first person that comes to mind? Like boom.
Now, in what category you mean? Like artist wise or just in life?
I would say in life, because people always equate success with artists and money and reaching a certain level of fame, but I don't believe that's life success. I believe that's part of life success, but it's not everything. So who would you say is successful to you?
My mother.
Your mother. That's what's up.
For having us.
And raising y'all.
And raising us. You know what I'm saying? We grew up, you know, in the South Bronx, man. I grew up right there, 164th and Sheridan. So it's like, you know, times are rough. You know what I'm saying? It was crazy. I grew up on welfare and all that, B. You know what I'm saying? Like, blocks of cheese and all that. I remember all that.
I'm with you with that.
Lunch, school, all that. So for me, you know, my mother, because it's like, my father passed when I was young. When I was 12 years old, my father passed away. So my mother is the most successful person in my heart.
What is Eif Rivera most afraid of today?
Time, man. Right? So when I say time, I want to get everything out of my head before I pass, right? Because anything can happen. Walk out the street, get hit by a car, or whatever. You see 30-year-olds dropping heart attacks, you know, just random shit. So for me, you know, it's time, right? Because, like I said, I need to put out as much as possible. I started in the game late. Benny Boom, Hype Williams, all these dudes, I'm the same age. Like, we all up there.
Right, but they started 20 years before.
Right, they started, and the thing about that is I grew up watching those guys, and they all show me love, man. To this day, they all reach out, they show me respect and stuff, and to me that bugs me out because I respect them because they paved the way. You know what I'm saying? Like, the originators, and I wish I was around that time to make videos. I would have been paid, but them budgets were serious. But you know. But today, it is what it is, and I think they give me a lot of respect because, you know, the Dave Myers and all them, they wonder, you know, how I'm doing these videos with so little.
And that's incredible, though. It is.
Right.
When I watch your videos, and I mean, I know that they're not, you know, all $150,000, $200,000 budgets, but you make them look really good.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody, this is Eif Rivera, man. He's maximizing his life. He's doing what he wants to do. He's doing what he loves. It's hard work. He's from the hood. We're from the hood. So this should be an inspiring story for you guys, so you can take it and maximize your life and know that anything is possible if you put that work into it. Eif.
Man, one thing I want to say is that, man, it's just that, because, you know, they got a lot of new up-and-comers, and they always ask me, can I intern at this and that? You know, my thing is never take no for an answer. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's you know, you're gonna get the non-believers. You're gonna get people who don't believe in you, or they might laugh at you, or whatever the case is, and you gotta take your pride or whatever it is and put that to the side, right? You gotta put that to the side and think business, because a lot of times I wanted to punch people in the face, like, without a doubt. I just wanted to punch people in the face all day, but you gotta put that to the side, and it's business. You know what I'm saying? And you do the business side of it, and you make it work. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, that's what it's about. And like I said, never take no for an answer, meaning, like, you know, it starts with, like, if you got somebody that doesn't believe in you, whatever the case is, it just takes one person. That one person believe, and that's yourself. So if you believe in yourself, nothing else matters.
That's what's up. Where can people find more info on Eif?
Man, you can go to www.vimeo.com//channels/Eif, EIF, or you can go to eifrivera.com, whichever you prefer.
You know what you could do? Google him. It's all there.
You can do that too, yeah.
Yo, maximize, man, the business of you. Eif Rivera.
Peace.
There's no antidote.